review NitroSurge, the #1 result when I typed in pre-workout on Amazon, so I wanted to give you guys this review. They say they're backed by science. Let's see if that's the case. First, let's start with 3 ingredients that I've already talked about being backed by science. So great job including these, NitroSurge. 1, L-citrulline. However, just because it's backed by science, we have to get the dosing correct. They're dosing 3 grams per serving. The dosing used in scientific studies, 6 to 10 grams. So if you take 2 scoops, you're on the low end of that. 1 scoop, not even close. 2, beta-alanine. Again, great inclusion. However, let's look at the dose again. 1.5 grams is their serving size, but if we look in scientific studies, they recommend 4 to 6 grams being chronically used. 4 to 6 grams. Even if you take 2 scoops of NitroSurge, you're not getting in that range. Number 3, as far as great supplements that they included, is caffeine. However, let's look at the dose again. Caffeine should be taken at 3 to 9 mg per kg an hour before your workout. If you're 170 pounds, that means you're taking about 240 milligrams. Let's look at NitroSurge. 1 serving size, 180 milligrams. Again, not in the correct range unless you're a smaller individual. And now let's move on to the supplements that were included that may or may not have scientific evidence even backing them. Beta-ine anhydrous. Serving size 1.25 grams. If we look at studies on this, 5 out of 7 studies of beta-ine anhydrous show no effect. 5 out of 7 show no effect on performance. It's really not a great supplement to include, to spend money on including in the product that you're going to be taking. But even if you did take it, you would want to take it at least 2.5 grams. So that would be 2 scoops here. L-theanine, let's talk about that one. Really, the only studies that are done on L-theanine are for immune system function, not really for exercise performance. That being said, again, let's look at the dose. Maybe there is some effect, so maybe it's worth it. Well, the dose used in scientific studies is 150 milligrams. The dose used in here, no surprise, 90 milligrams. If you take 2 scoops though, you will be getting to that 150 milligram mark. And finally, last but not least, theobromine. There's only been 1 clinical study on exercise performance with theobromine. 1. It included only 7 participants. It is very limited as far as research goes. How much dosing did they use? 6 mg per kg. If you're 170 pounds again, that's 460 milligrams. The dose here, 50 milligrams. Nowhere close. This study actually did show some benefit, but again, it's only 1 study. We really need to do more before we start including it in all of these pre-workouts without really any evidence. And even if we do, we need to include it at much higher doses than this. So, in sum, my review of NitroSurge, don't buy it. I would give it about a 3 out of 10. Although I will say, the fact that if you could just use 2 scoops, you actually do get to the amounts that are backed by science on a lot of these supplements as I just discussed. The problem is that they advertise it as 30 servings, but in reality, if you wanted to get anywhere close to the dosings that you actually need, you'd be needing to take 2 scoops. So you'd have 15 servings, and at that, the cost is just astronomical. I would really recommend you head out to my other video where we talk about how to make a pre-workout cheap, easy, and using the only 4 supplements that you actually need that are based on science. Here, we didn't even include one of those, being creatine, and we included other things that we do not need. So, that was the first episode of the Quan Coaching Review Sessions. Please let me know if there's another product you want me to review. I'll review it pretty quickly within the week. Drop a comment below and I will check that out. Otherwise, check out my website, like, comment, follow, all the above. All the support's appreciated. Thank you guys. See you next session.